Hey everybody, Gabby here, and today we're doing something a little bit different on the channel. As you may have noticed, there are two uploads, which is pretty exciting. Um, the Battle a Day upload, though, is something that I'm pretty proud of, I think. So for a long time, I've really wanted to showcase team building on Twitch, and it's been hard to do that just because it takes a while to, EV train and get your Pokemon ready and everything. But thanks to the help of Cotton and Paint Seagull in particular over on Twitch, hi y'all, hope you're doing well. I was able to do a little bit of live team building last night and vamp on the Galarian Moltres Comfy team. Now, one thing I've really been excited about in the Series 7 meta overall has been the return of Tapu Fini and Kartana, who make up 2/3 of a very powerful core from the 2017 days. That is Arcanine, Tapu Fini, Kartana, aka AFK, is like the abbreviation that people have done for it. Now, admittedly, there is no A on this team. There actually isn't a fire-type Pokemon at all, which might be a problem. But, having Tapu Fini, Kartana, and Urshifu together has just been really good on ladder right now. Admittedly, this team does have some weaknesses. Last night, we lost to two Galarian Weezing teams, I want to say. Galarian Weezing and Regigigas, mind you. So, it's not perfect, but I'm really excited about this team. I'm excited that we can sort of build it together on stream, and I'm looking forward to hearing from y'all down below in the comments if you have any ideas on how to make this team better. So make sure to let me know. Also take a moment to like the video and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. It really does mean the world to me. All right, so that all being said, let's just do a quick rundown of this team and then we'll jump over and do our battle. So like I mentioned, you have Moltres and Comfy. There's nothing special about these two birds. Except maybe Comfy isn't a bird. I don't know. Anyways. Anyways. The cool thing, though, is that we are running Nasty Plot over Sucker Punch on Moltres, and we do have Draining Kiss to give us the opportunity to proc Weakness Policy on that Moltres if we need to. So fairly standard. We are using the EV spreads from Cybertron's version of those two Pokemon, so if you're familiar with his team on that, then you're familiar with these two Pokemon. Tapu Fini and Kartana are also fairly standard. I chose to run Citrus Berry on Tapu Fini because I feel like it activates a little bit easier than a Pinch Berry on it. I like having Tapu Fini with as much health as possible, and the Citrus Berry just feels more conducive to that. And Assault Vest Kartana, again, this is a fairly standard version of that Kartana. You can't see it, but my head is blocking Smart Strike and Aerial Ace. But overall, just a very solid Pokemon right now, and is even more so when you take into account that you can boost its attack and defense by one stage prior to it attacking with Urshifu and Coaching. Now, this is something that really made sense to me on paper. It hasn't really panned out in battle as much as I thought it would quite yet, but is still just a fun tech option and is really something I hope that we can get working. I think that fast fighting Pokemon with Coaching are definitely really good. And I also like having the dark type coverage on Urshifu, though that might change to the water Urshifu or maybe even a Pheromosa depending on how this team ends up working out, because Pheromosa would still get the fighting type KOs that I need, but it wouldn't make my team as weak to fairy type Pokemon, which with the Moltres you kind of have to worry about, and then the last Pokemon is Lightning Rod Raichu. Now, we were in a bit of a predicament when I first started building this team on stream because we couldn't give Raichu a Focus Sash, which really is its preferred item at this point in time because of the Urshifu. So what we ended up doing after taking a little bit of a bread detour was going with Magnet, because Magnet Max Attack Volk Tackle has a 80-odd% chance to KO a normal Tapu Fini. And by normal, I mean just the standard one that we're seeing on ladder. No special, I'm going to calc to survive Volt Tackle calcs involved. So, also has Fake Out, which is what my face is blocking, and Brick Break, and Nuzzle to sort of help with some matchups as well. So it's not the world's most perfect team. There are certainly things I want to change about it, but I really like it. I feel like it has some good bones, and the Urshifu, Kartana, Tapu Fini core especially, I think is really exciting. So we're going to take this team for a spin. If you want to try it yourself and you didn't have an opportunity to write down the team code, you can find a link to it down below in the video description. You can also just rewind the video and pause it if that's easier. You don't have to click hyperlinks. We live in the time of technology. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. I'm just stalling for time. Don't mind me. Thank you, Danny, for saving me from from just spewing nonsense until we get through. Okay. All right, so fittingly enough, we are going to be playing a Glastrier Dusclops team. And I say fittingly because the other team I was actually debating on playing for the rest of this week is my take on that. I also like Tapu Fini and Rotom Heat on this core, but I do not have an Amoonguss. I instead use actually the same Kartana, and I don't use Dragapult. But Dragapult has been very good. I've seen a lot of people using it as almost like a Regieleki with Light Clay, except it's a Dragapult. So I don't think that's what we're gonna expect here. Part of me wants to take a big risk and just lead like dual dark type Pokemon and just say like, you're gonna lead Tapu Fini, I don't care. So we're gonna try it. I feel like this is a really dumb idea to go all in on, but we have Kartana in the back we can adjust to, and again, we know that Urshifu has a Focus Sash, so that does give us 2 turns to attack minimum, and as long as I don't like Dynamax and then immediately switch, which is a nasty habit I've been getting myself into recently, I think we'll be okay. So good luck, have fun, Danny. Ooh, all right. So we are seeing the Trick Room start, but with an Amoonguss as the partner. So Amoonguss does have the ability to redirect attacks, and unfortunately also has the ability to put Pokemon to sleep. And because Moltres cannot touch the ground, this is actually going to be pretty interesting. Now, I am going straight into my dark type attacks because I figured my opponent would prioritize a Rage Powder over a Trick Room, which was correct, and we do get the 2 attacks onto the Amoonguss now. Wicked Blow is a guaranteed crit. I'm kind of hoping that it'll do enough plus the Fiery Wrath to pick up the KO. If it doesn't, we'll just switch Moltres out and send in Tapu Fini next turn. So, or we could just get the flinch. That works too. That actually works really well. So we're going to pivot now that we know that the Amoonguss is within KO range, and we really don't have a way to stop the redirect. Actually, no, we're going to end up coaching Amoonguss if we do that. Never mind. See, what I really want to do is, like, coach my Moltres, so then when he inevitably does succeed in getting Trick Room up, I don't have to worry as much about the Glastrier, but again, because of how the speeds are doled out right now on the field, I don't really have a way around that. So we'll just Wicked Blow for the KO. Maybe we'll get lucky with another flinch on Fiery Wrath, or like a crit. I think a single target crit or a flinch will definitely stop Trick Room for us. But still, forcing my opponent to lose the Amoonguss before they set up Trick Room is honestly pretty darn good for us. We do have to stall a lot for Trick Room now, which is going to be a little bit awkward. My opponent does also get a free switch into their Glastrier the first turn that Trick Room is up, so this is also going to be a bit of a pain. But overall, if we can find a way to stall out the next few Trick Room turns and just end up overall with a net positive, I think that'll be good. So you might be asking why I'm switching out Urshifu right now. I'm kind of wondering that too, actually. You know what? No. No. Yeah, I mean, he could double into Urshifu. He kind of has to if he suspects I have Focus Sash. Alright, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. My first thought was like, okay, my opponent's gonna Dynamax Max Hailstorm Moltres, but Urshifu really is the bigger threat. And while some people may say Urshifu's the bigger threat, therefore I should use my defensive switch on Urshifu, knowing that it has Sash, and knowing that my opponent would essentially have to predict that and double into the Urshifu with a Nightshade and a attack on the Glastrier, assuming that that attack is enough to KO it. It puts me in a pretty decent spot here. Like, my odds of getting a close combat off are pretty high. And more importantly, I think, okay, never mind, he just went for it. I was gonna say, more importantly, like, I do have Cortana in the back, which will help with the Glastrier once Trick Room is over, so yeah, I think this is, it's not great, but I think this is okay. I feel like I say that every video. It's great, but it's okay. All right, and you're gonna get the attack boost. Okay. This actually might be worse than I expected. This might be worse than I anticipated because I don't have, I didn't bring my anti-Trick Room option. Well, my guaranteed anti-Trick Room option. So, Cortana is now our win con, and we still have 4 turns of Trick Room to get through. So what we're going to do is we're going to protect Moltres and Dynamax Geyser the Glastrier. Glastrier cannot do a lot of damage to Tapu Fini unless it's unless it knows Heavy Slam for the max Steel Spike, and I'll be honest, I haven't really seen a lot of those recently. I've been running it personally because I like the defensive boosting options on Glastrier for Dynamax, but I think Max Knuckle honestly gets you more bang for your buck in every situation except this matchup. So if he does have Steel Spike, that's good info for us. If not, well, then that's great. That's better than good info. Oh, Gravity, okay. Interesting. Interesting. Gravity Max Quake. So he's boosting up his special defense. Also ensuring that Icicle Crash will be 100% accurate on the Moltres once Dynamax is done on the Glastrier. Also could increase like sleep accuracy, but that's not something that we're likely to see here just because we already KO'd the Amoonguss, and like nothing he knows would help in that situation, I guess, is where my brain was going with that. Oh, this is interesting. I wish that that would also take away my ice type weakness, but even if it did, I don't think that would help me too much right now. And I feel like I just made a really bad play, but I'm still trying to like defensively stall this out, I guess. Yeah, Rock Tomb to activate weakness policy. All right, yep. Okay, interesting. I wonder what the gravity's for. It must be just for accuracy purposes. Okay, and then Max Quake into the... Oh, no, into the Tapu Fini again. Oh, that just KOs. Alright. Alright, alright. So then, now... Yeah, that might actually be game. Alright. Tough Trick Room matchup, really. So the Comfy does know Trick Room, and I think next time we try this out in a Trick Room game, I probably would just rely on that to get through, rather than my let's just lead double Dark type and see if we can bluntly power through, because that did not work. I don't think I would lead Moltres, though. I think I would still consider leading like Urshifu or something, or maybe Fini? Yeah, I don't know. Alright. And I think there's one more turn of Trick Room left. I don't know why I keep checking. I literally cannot see because my face is in the way. So hopefully he attacks the Moltres. Because I can't protect because I'm an Assault Vest Cortana. But if he attacks the Moltres and I protect, then it's fine. Admittedly, I have protected Moltres like multiple times, so the fact that my opponent predicted that is not really that surprising. In fact, it makes a lot of sense. So yeah, that would be why that turn played out. So still goes to show you why Trick Room is so good right now. Like, seriously, I know I'm not playing with a Trick Room team, but I am not surprised that like a majority of the teams that made it through the Players' Cup grinder Am I still here? Hello? Okay, that was weird. For those of you at home, my monitor just glitched out. So that was fun. Anyways, it goes to show you why all the players from Players Cup have been using Glastrier Dusclops. I mean, it's 2 Pokemon. It's such an easy thing to fit onto other cores, and if your opponent just doesn't bring the right answer to Trick Room, that's it. That's it. That's a loss. So I'm excited to see how players in the Players Cup are actually going to respond to that. I still think your best option, even though I tried otherwise in this video, is to just bring your own Trick Room setter and just play that game. But still, very good games. Danny, thank you so much. And if you liked this video, if you have any ideas for the team, please leave them down in the comments below. Again, this is something I'm going to be working on stream, just tweaking 1 or 2 things as we practice with it and get more comfortable with it, and trying to showcase like the team building process a bit more. I probably won't optimize EVs or anything like that on stream, but that's just because I really saved that for last, and I think we'd have to be pretty darn comfortable with everything before getting to that point. So yeah, that's what I gotta say. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to check out the card opening video that I also uploaded today if you haven't already, and until next time, I'll see you later. Have a great day, everybody.